Welcome to Wealth Coffee Chats, folks, for your daily live updates. Get the most out of today's episode by participating in the chat. Make sure you ask some questions, be part of the conversation, have a bit of fun, grab a coffee or a tea, take some notes, and get ready to start your day, folks. Quick few housekeeping rules, though. No spamming, no advertising or self-promotion in the chat. That's not on. Be kind and respectful to everyone when participating. And most of all, have a good time. Real estate investing can be your biggest asset. It also can be your most expensive asset when it comes to getting it right or getting it wrong, folks. It can be time-consuming, stressful, and that's why here at Positive, we have what's called a 6-star team, a full-service team that provides integrated wealth and property investing solutions and services simply designed to help you progress towards your goal of passive income through your property portfolio, folks. Make sure you check out our other podcasts on the Positive Mentor Network. Not only is there Wealth Coffee Chats, there's the Urban Property Investor. Drops every Wednesday with straight talking investing strategies and lessons with Sam Saggers. Property Investor Tales. This is where our clients, you guys, share real life stories from property investing, hosted by some of our advisors and strategists. And that's done every fortnight, dropping every Monday. Wealth, Wine and Wisdom, folks, that debriefs the week that was in the world of finance and property, hosted by yours truly, Jason Witten and Andy Fenton on Fridays. Hey, good morning, folks.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to another Wealth Coffee Chat.
Hope you're well, folks, wherever you are.
There it is, team. Morning. Morning, wherever you're tuning in from today.
Early bird gets the worm, they say. Here at Positive, we offer a 6-star team. It's a team that help you at every stage of your wealth creation journey. Well, hello. Good morning, folks. Good to see you here. Hang on, I forgot to turn my lights on. So let's do that. Voila, there we go. That's better. Hey, hope you're well, folks. Good to see a few of you up and at it already. Hey, morning, Courtney. Good to see you. Kevin's already here. There you go. Hey, Jeff. Yeah, I was watching the crypto world. Maybe time to buy a little bit of something in there if that's part of your plan. Good to see you, mate. Great to have you here as always, Jeff. And anyone else who's in the house, good to have you here. Few of the early birds already on and at it. While we're getting, while the stream is warming up, while the live stream's warming up, do the quick intros. G'day, good morning. If you didn't already know, Jason Witten's my name. Most of you know that though. And if you don't, now you do. There you go. Great to have you here. We catch up each morning. The team, myself and the team now are doing this each day at about 8:10, which is awesome. And we're touching base, connecting with you, helping you stay on track for your property investment journey, the journey of wealth, the journey of creating assets so you can have an income in the future, whether you choose to work or not. That's kind of cool. We're a bit mad about property here, but in reality, we're keen on creating investments, irrelevant whether they're property, shares, businesses, crypto, whatever it is. The idea around doing something that can create some wealth for you in the future is a smart idea, and that's what we like to do. So anyway, great to have you here this morning, and thanks for popping along. Chris is in the house. G'day, mate. Bunty, there you go. Morning, Luke. A few of the regulars for sure. Great to have you all here, as always. Fantastic to start the day with some of you guys. Anyway, today I thought we might talk about a little something that I saw just recently, and there was a little study showing that a comfortable retirement for a single or a couple. Interesting that they say less for a couple than it is for a single, but anyway, that's an interesting one. A comfortable retirement for a couple, 70 grand. Comfortable retirement for a single, 50 grand. Now, I don't know about you, but I don't think that's enough. Now, I've been hanging around chatting to many Aussies, many of you talking about your retirement, and retirement's not a great word, is it? It's not a great word. It's interesting. We'll talk about that in a minute. But, the idea that at some point you're going to do less work, exchanging time for money, you might do it 3 days a week, 2 days a week. My mum's 74 or something like that, 75. And she worked 2 days a week all the way up till she was 73, which she loved. She'd do a couple of days a week. And then she would, have a few days off, which is nice. Yeah, exactly, Jeff, exactly. So I don't know about you. Put it in the chat if you want to play along. Do you reckon 70 grand's enough? Do you think 70 grand or 50 grand if you're single? Do you think it's enough money to survive, folks, when it comes to this comfortable retirement? Because, gee, I tell you, definitely not enough. Exactly, Courtney. So this is one of the interesting things. I think, this is for me one of the issues I have with the world of governments dictating your financial future when it comes to these things, because they set rules, they set mandates, they set averages that let's say the Financial Planning Institute, marches to, good, nice people there. I'm not judging the people. I don't believe that the planning for being poor is a good plan, but maybe I'm built a little bit different. But I don't think it's going to be enough, because you guys have seen this before. We have seen our system where we talk about the idea when you, as an investor, start out and, let's talk about the property world, because we're all into property. We start acquiring our properties, the acquisition phase. You guys know the drill. We have a little, very simple but solid conversation where we believe it's a principal place of residence, between 3 and 5 investment properties. So you got your investment properties, and if you are a business owner, then one commercial property as well, that's the acquisition phase. Now, depending on the age, this age along the bottom here is not necessarily relevant to this thing today, but the idea is, acquire your assets, acquire those assets as fast and as early as possible, because over time, what we're looking to do, right? We're looking to have our assets increase in value. Our debts often start out a bit higher than our assets or our income. Actually, I won't do that. They often start out a little bit higher than our income generated from the properties. So, we want our debts to go down over time. And then, the thing that we would like, especially when it comes to the world of our properties, is our rents to go up over time, right? Now, on average, folks, property prices, property values double every 15 years, so that's kind of good. You can look forward to that. So every 15 years, okay, that's an average, and it can happen a bit quicker. Your rents take a little bit longer. They go up 50% every 15 years. So your rents don't grow as fast as your values, especially in residential real estate. Commercial is a bit different. But anyway, we won't dive into that today. But here's the drill, right? Here's the drill. Over here, this is where we want the money in the right way. At some point, we have this imaginary line. Usually it's around the ages of 60 to 65, where this, what we call a transformation of your assets from a place of taxed to low to no taxed environment. Now, you guys know my saying. I love the idea: buy well, never sell. All right, buy well, never sell. Now, for me, that means in the first, let's call it 30 years of your investing career, I'm a big fan of that. Do not sell your damn properties. Let them do their thing, folks. All right, let them do their thing. Buy something well. All right, buy something good. Now, if you bought a piece of rubbish, you bought a piece of crap, get rid of it. Right? This is remember, there's two parts to the saying. Buy well, don't sell. All right? If you didn't buy well, get rid of it. If it's a piece of junk, rack it off, okay? So you buy well, you keep the damn thing. It does its thing. It does its thing. Sometimes properties run out of steam. I'm just recycling a couple of properties now. I bought a property 17 years ago. Now it's doubled in value, a bit more than that, significantly gone up in value, but it's old now. I bought it secondhand, and now it's old, right? So now I'm cycling that property. I'm selling it. I'm taking the wealth, and I'm doubling down on a brand new property, a property that was 40 years old, transforming the wealth into a brand new property that's 0 years old, right? Okay, so it'll go, a brand new property will go well 30 years, okay? Hey, there's Deb. Morning, Deb. Hey, good to see you, Deb. Miss you, buddy. Exit plan soon. Wish you were there. Hope you're well, Deb. Hope you're well. So, 30 years, right? This is the thing. Now, there's a transformation that goes on here once we get our stuff going on. And this is where we've got to be aware of how much wealth, let's call it net wealth, let's call it income generating positive wealth in our pocket that we can use. Assets do we need, and how can we get there? Okay. So this is the magic trick when it comes to this. Now, I can tell you right now, you don't get choices for this transformation if you don't get on with this bit. Okay. The acquisition phase, folks. Okay. So this is first stage is acquire the assets that you need. Second stage is keep them long enough that they do what they're meant to do, right? And in there we call it the triple M stage. Manage it well, maintain the quality of the property, manage, maintain, and maximize, right? If the property needs a small renovation, maximize it, right? Spending 10, 15, 20 grand 15 years in can really bump the rent sometimes, okay? So you can either renovate, you can add furniture value. There's other things. You can develop if you have houses and the zoning changes. Anyway, let's not get lost there. And this is this transformation here around this stage here. Now, there's a few things that a lot of people don't really realize. What's the average age of an Aussie right now? At the moment, the average age of an Aussie is 87. They live to 87, not the average age of a Aussie. They live to 87, right? So let's just say you do well and you say, I'm going to pull the pin at 60. You've got to fund yourself for 27 years. 27. That's a damn long time, folks. That's a shit. That's a long time. The latest studies say that over the next 10 to 20 years, the average life expectancy of an Aussie will shift to well into the 90s, 95, folks. So, 60 to 65, there's still a lot of life, call it 35 years, 35 years that we're going to have at this end. We got to fund, we got to finance, we got to take care of. All right. So this is pretty important to understand. The good thing about this is, let's say you did decide to work less from age 60 onwards, your assets will still grow in value. They will, over the next 30 years, they should double as well. They should double as well, folks. Okay. But here's the drill. The idea that, we've got enough money to last a period of time. How much do you need? Now, this is an interesting one. Retire at 60 or retire at 65. So, depending on if it's a combination of assets and pension or whatever it is, that's, 1.5 is a lot of money, but in our world as investors, it's not as much as you want. And to say, hey, okay, if we've got to last 40 years, so it's over here, 35 years, will it need to last 40? A minimum we need down there is 2.5 million, right? Now that's 2.5 mil, folks, that's 2.5 mil net, okay? No debts and stuff. So we got to get our finger out. We got to get cracking on it, okay? Crack-a-lacking. But here's the drill, right? So this is an interesting thing. We've been working on this for a little while, which we call the personal wealth model. There's 3 places you can own assets into the future, okay? Personal, super, and structures, okay? Now, there's a couple little tricks here, but I talked about this the other night. So let's finish this off because I've got a couple of minutes here. But in the chat, what's the amount of assets that you can own in your personal name that you'll pay no tax on the income, folks? Put that in the chat for me. Let's assume a 5% return. Let's assume a 5% return. Put in the chat. What's the value of assets that you can own in your personal name? So let's say we do this as a couple, right? As a 5%, right? Personal, okay? If you didn't know, it's 500K, all right? 500K worth of assets. Why? At 500K times 5%, that's a $25,000 income or thereabouts. The low tax rates, 19,000 or 21,000 or whatever. Okay, so zero tax. Super. Courtney's right. You're all over it with super, Courtney. It's actually going to 2 million, Courtney, beginning of this year. $2 million. Unlimited in principle. Interesting, Jeff. Yes. Well, depends on how you structure, I suppose, Jeff. If you live off debt, that's another advanced one. So 2 million as you go. So if you go, all right, well, what's a 5% return on 2 million? That's 100K. All right, that's 100K. That's pretty good. I'm happy with that, right? And the other one, if you guys structures, what level of assets could we own in structures and pay no more tax? Okay, no more tax. This is interesting, okay, which is 3 million. Now, a lot of people don't know this one. That's 150K, all right? So if we add that together, what have we got? We've got 275K plus or minus $1 or $2, folks, that you could own if that was completely debt-free, creating a 5% return. What's the value there? You've got 5.5 million, creating a $275,000 tax-free income, indexing this one, the 2 million, indexing over time if the government doesn't change the rules completely, which they tend to change the rules every now and then as you go. So I reckon we could do a little bit better. The point of my chat this morning is that, the idea of the basics, this conversation here, which is, a comfortable retirement is not that comfortable. Let's face it, folks. That is not enough money. All right. And really, at the end of the day, we could have this income double. The income quite significantly because that's for one person. Just remember that one down there. Anyway, hopefully that was interesting or of value. Today's conversation. We all know that the basics are not enough. So what are we going to do about it? All right. That's the question. That's the $1 million question. So if you haven't already of recent times, make sure you catch up with your coach, folks, and chat to your team. That's what we're all about, the 6-star team here. And hopefully we can help you with you getting your mojo on, bit of a wriggle on when it comes to investing. Remember, this thing's a marathon, not a sprint. Takes time. You guys know the drill. So don't muck around. You haven't got time to dilly-dally. There you go. Dilly-dally. Anyway, I'm just rabbiting on now. All right, folks, that's it from me. Great to see you this morning. Thanks for joining. As always, awesome to have you on Wealth Coffee Chats. And join the team tomorrow. I think it's the tax team tomorrow, which is awesome. They'll give you some tips on the world of tax and tax minimization. All right, folks, that's it from me. Take care. Wealth Coffee Chats done and dusted. Bye for now. Thanks for watching another episode of Wealth Coffee Chat, folks. Make sure you like, subscribe, and turn on your notifications so you never miss a thing when we go live. Improve your portfolio and investing game, folks, with Wealth Coffee Chats live every morning at 8:10 each weekday. Make sure you join us. Previous episodes are also available wherever you get your podcasts, folks, as well as